What is up, guys? Rarno back once again, back with some more Bloodborne. We're going to be continuing where we left off here in this episode, exactly in the same position I was when we left off last time. We're going to go ahead and take a look at one of the items we got in the last episode, the Old Hunter's Bell. Go ahead and take a read at that. One of the resonating bells that cross the gaps of the worlds. This bell is cracked and stained with the blood of beasts. A human must expend insight to ring this uncanny bell. The old hunters who have long passed from the dream, but cannot forget the feelings of the hunt, rely upon messengers to relay their thoughts. Ring the bell at their side, and they are certain to give a listen, for the night of the hunt is long and unchanging. So now there's somebody I didn't end up talking to in the last episode that I was actually going to go talk to, but I just kind of forgot. So we're going to go talk to her now.
Are you out on the hunt? Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door. I am Yosefka. The patients here in my clinic must not be exposed to infection. I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry. Please, this is all that I can do. Now, go. And good hunting. Are you still in need of something? But I have nothing more to offer. Please, try to understand my position. I can only pray for a fruitful hunt.
So that was Yosefka, and I won't spoil anything, but she won't be around for long. Actually, just gonna run past these guys here, because there is an area I need to get to myself. If you remember, this is where we talked to the little girl in the last episode. We enter.
beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later.
Now, if you remember, that little girl gave us a music box, and it had her mother and father's names on it. One of them was Gascoigne. So this is Gascoigne. This is her father. So also our first encounter with a hunter as a enemy. So, I know this is a little cheesy right here. We can just kind of stand here and attack him forever.
What's that smell? The sweet blood. Oh, it sings to me. It's enough to make a man sick.
And you can actually parry him, but it's sort of tricky to do. Come on, Gascoigne. There we go. So he also does have range, just like you, because of his hunter axe over here. Definitely want to watch out for that. Just be cautious. Now you can actually use the music box that the little girl gave you, and it will stun him. So that is something you can do, but I'm actually going to do this without. There we go. Got a stun off. As I said, you gotta dodge towards enemies, so. But it doesn't really matter anymore, because he's dead. Rest in peace, my friend. Rest in peace. And now we got something called the Odin Tomb Key, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that real quick. Key to the gate that blocks the tomb of Odin. Beyond the tomb, Odin Chapel can be found in the center of the cathedral ward. Only today the church is abandoned, and some say that the residents of Odin have all gone mad. Odin? Odin? I'm sorry, I don't know the actual pronunciation of that. But I'm going to pronounce it like that, because I can. There's an item up here that we're going to want to grab while we're here, over on the left-hand side. This is the quest line I was talking about. Red jeweled brooch. So basically, that brooch is the brooch of the mother that the girl was, of the little girl. So, her father killed her mother because he was a beast. Which is very sad. But we're not going to go talk to the little girl about it just yet. We have a couple things we need to do in this episode that make it so we don't have enough time here. So now we have a couple of more items to read. We just got the Blood Gem Workshop tool. A misplaced workshop tool from the hunter's dream. The hunter who retrieved this can fortify weapons by kneading blood gems into them. Blood gems add properties to weapons when used to fortify them, as blood defines an organism. So basically, this allows us to upgrade our weapons with blood gems. We also got this, the red jeweled brooch. A woman's bright red brooch, engraved with the name Viola. Perhaps the jewel is a gift from a hunter, used to change into a droplet blood gem that fortifies any weapon. With the proper workshop tool, various weapons can be fortified. So basically, we're going to go ahead and use this. And we get a red blood gem. Now, the red blood gem is one of these blood gems that I was talking about. And as you can see by the effects over here, it gives physical attacks up 2.7% and boosts your rally potential by 1.8%. Now, rally potential is the health you gain back after you get hit, and then you hit an enemy right back. So, they don't ever tell you that. But we also got Yosefka's blood vial, so we're going to go ahead and read that while we're at it. Blood vial acquired from Yosefka's clinic. This refined blood, highly invigorating, restores a larger amount of HP. The product of a slow and careful refinement process, this rare blood vial appears to be a clinic original. So you won't be able to get very many of these throughout the rest of the game. But yeah. Now before we go through this door, I just want to explain that everything in the shop is going to double in price as soon as you open this door. So if you have anything you want to buy it now. Welcome to Cathedral Ward. Now if you turn around, there's an NPC here, and he's one of the nicest NPCs in the whole game, so we're going to go ahead and talk to him, and I'll get you guys back in a second.
Oh, you must be a hunter. Very sorry. The incense must have masked your scent. Good. I've been waiting for one of your ilk. These hunts have everyone all locked up inside, waiting for it to end. It always does. Always has, you know, since forever. But it won't end nicely. Not this time. Even some folks hiding inside are going bad. The screams of women folk, the stench of blood, the snarls of beasts. None of them's too uncommon now. Yarnum's done for, I tell ya. But if you spot anyone with their wits about them, tell them about this here Erden Chapel. They'll be safe here. The incense wards off the beasts. Spread the word. Tell them to come on over, if you wouldn't mind. I know I shouldn't be asking you, but if you happen upon someone while hunting, tell them about this here Erden Chapel, if they seem worth being told, that is. Oh, and I do sincerely hope they are.
Alright, so we just ended up upgrading our weapon. And now that we've beaten Gascoigne, we can actually go to this new bath, and we can purchase items using our insight. Now, I am going to end up purchasing his gloves because I'm going to be using them basically the entire game, because fashion beats everything. So I just spent one insight there to purchase Gascoigne's gloves, and we'll go ahead and equip those. While we're at it, we can go ahead and read his stuff. Hunter attire worn by Father Gascoigne. Similar to hunter garb created at the workshop, only these are tainted by a pungent beastly stench that eats away at Gascoigne. Father is a title used for clerics in a foreign land, and there is no such rank in the healing church. The dingy scarf is a holy shawl and a symbol of the healing church, from which Gascoigne would eventually part ways. Now we can go ahead and talk to German over here.
The moon is close. It will be a long hunt tonight. If the beasts loom large and threaten to crush your spirits, seek a holy chalice, as every hunter before you has. A holy chalice will reveal the tomb of the gods, where hunters partake in communion. Most of the holy chalices lie deep within the tomb of the gods, and the few that found their way to the surface were lost again in the hands of men. But if the old hunter tales remain true, one of the holy chalices is worshipped in the valley hamlet. Yet the town is in disarray. It was burned and abandoned for fear of the scourge. Home now only to beasts. The perfect place for a hunter, wouldn't you say?
Oh, well, hello. Splendid. Let me ask you a small kindness. You're soon off to hunt, I presume? Then, if you find any survivors, tell them to seek Yusefka's clinic. Upon my Hippocratic oath, if they are yet human, I will look after them. Perhaps even cure them. This sickness, these beasts, they are not to be feared. This time the night is long. I may be trapped here, but I should do something to help. I'll even offer a reward for your cooperation. Tempted? Well, off you go then. If you find anyone who's still human, send them straight to Yusefka's clinic. You can assure them there's no place safer. Please, do me this service.
Right, so I don't know if you guys could tell, but that is not the same voice that Yusefka had before. Basically, what had happened was, that is not the Yusefka we met before. You'll find out a little bit more later, but until then...
You needn't concern yourself with me. I'm afraid I'm of little help now. But before I did this, I made no use of it, but perhaps you. What afflicted me was incurable, but this time gave me hope. A strange blood bought me time. I was most fortunate, unharmed by the plague of beasts. I can even die human. Don't you worry about me.
So what is it now? I've much better ways to pass the time. Unless you found me a nice, safe place.
What we're going to do is we're going to tell her of Udenchap, because if we tell her to go to Yusefka's, she is going to die. You're going to want to tell most of the NPCs to head to Udenchapel, but I'll tell you when you don't. So...
Well, what do you know? An outsider worth a lick of salt. Well, don't just stand there. Don't you have work to do? Go slit some throats. Get this mess done with.
Alright, and Gilbert also gave us the Flame Sprayer. Now that is a offhand weapon, so go ahead and read that. A special weapon used by certain members of the Healing Church. Spits searing flame by using blood-imbued quicksilver bullets as a special medium. Not the most efficient weapon by any stretch, but sometimes a sea of flame is just what the doctor ordered. Besides, the Beast of Yharnam can always use a good cleansing. So now we're actually just going to head back to Udenchapel. Now that we did everything we needed to do in Central Yharnam at this point in time. There's a few other things we could do, but there's actually no point in doing them right now, so...
Oh no, I haven't forgotten. Do you think I owe you something? Well, that's a fine lark, I'd say. This whole mess that Yharnam's in, it's all your fault. Stupidity outsiders. Our blood's ruined, tainted by your ilk. Don't you come near me. I know your type. You. Stay away from me. I know all your tricks.
Alright, so she's still a little mad at us. And as you've seen, that black hole that we just seen was having to do with something we'll encounter later on, but for now, it's not really a big deal. Just make sure you get out of that area before that thing hits you, and you should be fine. That was a lot easier than I expected. Usually he's a lot harder to kill than that. You can actually just run by him if you want. You can close the gate behind you. But where's the fun in that, right? Alright, so don't push in too far here. You're going to want to grab your pebbles and just make sure you can gain one of these dudes' attention. You're only going to want to fight one of these guys at a time, because they're a little annoying. But once you get him, you get him. There we go. So that worked out in our favor. Got ourselves a couple blood vials. And we come over here to pick up the monocular. Now the monocular is basically the binoculars from Dark Souls. As you can see, gives us the most perfect place to use it. We can actually see like the bridge and everything all around here, which is super cool. I almost just died. Let's go ahead and read this. Monocular used to view things up close. Not a hunter's tool, but a simple antique to be used as one sees fit. So just a simple little tool. We're actually going to not have that equipped because we don't need it. There's a couple other items we're going to want to equip, but that is not one of them, so. Now here's a very unique enemy. We only get to encounter him once in the game, so. I'm actually just going to get his attention. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so basically, there was an enemy that I just missed who gives us bloodstone shards when he's killed. He's basically a crystal lizard. But yeah, he's basically a crystal lizard, but since I missed him, we're just gonna forget about him. You're basically going to want to grab this guy's attention from a good distance away so you can actually get that that enemy, and he'll drop bloodstone shards for you. That guy's pretty easy. As long as you know what you're doing, you should have no problem. Give us some blood vials, then we get 5 bloodstone shards right here. That's a pretty good amount. Now we go ahead and grab our first blood gemstone and make our way out, because that's all that's here. This way. should be fine now. Come on. Oh, there we go. There we go. Get some more Molotovs. Those are definitely going to be useful soon. You're going to want to actually head left instead of heading inside, because we'll head inside in a minute. There's a couple of items we're going to want to grab first. Alright, so we're going to open this up, and then go ahead and grab this, which is a Madman's Knowledge. And we can head this way, and we got ourselves a new NPC we can talk to. Let's go ahead and chat with him.
You're a beast hunter, aren't you? I knew it. That's precisely how I started out. Oh, beg pardon. You may call me Alfred, protege of Master Ligarius, hunter of vile bloods. So, what say you? Our prey might differ, but we are hunters, the both of us. Why not cooperate and discuss the things we've learned? Oh, very good. Very good indeed. Take this to celebrate our acquaintance. Beast hunting is a sacred practice. May the good blood guide your way. There must be oodles for us to share. Go on, just tell me what piques your interest. As you know, the Healing Church is the fountainhead of blood healing. Well, I'm a simple hunter, quite unfamiliar with the ins and outs of the institution. But I have heard that the holy medium of blood healing is venerated in the main cathedral, and that counselors of the old church reside in the high stratum of the cathedral ward. If you seek blood healing, and the church is willing, you should pay them a visit. Byrgenwerth is an old place of learning, and the tomb of the gods, carved out below Yharnam, should be familiar to every hunter. Well, once a group of young Byrgenwerth scholars discovered a holy medium deep within the tomb. This led to the founding of the Healing Church and the establishment of blood healing. In this sense, everything sacred in Yharnam can be traced back to Byrgenwerth. But today, the college lies deep within a tangled wood, abandoned and decrepit. And furthermore, the Healing Church has declared Byrgenwerth forbidden ground. It's unclear how many of its scholars remain alive, but only they know the password that allows passage through the gate. I bid you farewell. It has been a pleasure. May the good blood guide your way.
Alright, so here we are, guys. Welcome to Old Yharnam. Now, that guy we just talked to, he told us a few interesting things, like the fact that he's a vile blood hunter. But what's a vile blood? We don't know yet. And he's also the student of Martyr Ligarius. We'll meet Martyr Ligarius later on. But he gave us a new item, which is the fire paper. So let's go ahead and read that. Coarse paper that applies fire to weapons when rubbed. A hunter tool found in the Healing Church workshop. Since the tragedy that struck Old Yharnam, fire has become a staple in beast hunts, and is thought to cleanse impurity. Certain types of beasts have an abnormal fear of fire. Now, it's basically the same description as the Molotov, but this is basically an enchantment. We can put this on our weapon, and our weapon becomes, or lights on fire. So we're going to actually be using this soon. along with our cocktails and blood cocktails. We also got antidotes now. Small medicinal tablets to counteract poison, used to treat ashen blood, the baffling sickness that ravaged old Yarnum long ago. These tablets also provide short-term relief. The ashen blood ailment eventually triggered the spread of the beastly scourge. So basically, these are used to treat ashen blood, as stated, and we're going to be dealing with that soon. It's basically poison, so let's go over here, read this. This town is long abandoned, hunters not wanted here. So obviously they do not want us here.
You there! Hunter! Didn't you see the warning? Turn back at once. They are of no harm to those above. Turn back, or the hunter will face the hunt.
So he's basically warning us there, and we also just got some more, oops. Well, I'll just come back and grab that. So he's just warning us, telling us that we shouldn't be here and stuff like that. And we also just got one of those enemies I was talking about earlier. So those guys give us bloodstone shards, which are very useful, because we're going to be needing a lot of them to upgrade to +10. We just got the Hunter's Torch now. The Hunter's Torch is the regular torch, but it's a little bit stronger against beasts, so why not equip it right? We're probably not going to ever use it, but that is not a problem. Alright, so as he said, the hunter will face the hunt if I go through here. So, what's going to happen when I go through here is he's going to start shooting at me. So you're actually going to want to watch out for that. As you can see, we now have new types of beasts here as well. These guys look like they're fully transformed into beasts. So, that's just a little something to note. Now I'm gonna get ambushed here because I didn't bother to kill any of these guys. Or maybe not. They just decided not to follow me, so that's nice.
You are a skilled hunter, adept, merciless. I've got with blood. As the rest hunters are. I am sorry.
Alrighty. So as I said, that guy will be shooting at us, so not really anything too much to worry about. As long as you don't run directly into his line of fire, you're fine. So you're going to want to be careful about that. He will set those off. If you're in the room, you're going to take a lot of damage. And taking a bunch of damage is not something we really want to deal with. realize I was out of bullets, so I should probably go grab some from my storage. I am out of bullets too, so we're gonna end up just doing this to get a couple more. So as you can see, he actually inflicted poison on us. So, yeah. And now we got ourselves a Bloodtinge gemstone. Now, this is gonna be put on our pistol in a little bit here. Since we are going with a Bloodtinge build, it is definitely nice to have that so early. Now because we're being shot at, we're actually gonna have to just skip past most of the enemies here. So we're gonna be getting chased down quite a bit as we run. You can take this guy on if you want. I'm going to do it, but you don't have to, because he is definitely one of the harder challenges in the game at this point. Because he is a hunter, he is fast. He does also have a gun, like you. Obviously I don't want to be trying to fight him while there's beasts attacking me, so I'm gonna back up here a second. Wait for this guy. Oh my, I have never seen him come down the stairs before. Come here. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. There we go. So we can do all the stuff you can. That's a little annoying, so I should hit him. But we're fine, we're fine. Obviously, these enemies are going to be annoying while I'm trying to fight. Bro, please. Come on. You want to fight? Bring it. No, if you are going to fight this guy, definitely remember to stay around this area where you're not going to get Gatling guns. As you can tell, if you're reckless, that Gatling gun will demolish you. You need to watch stuff, especially if you're not good at this game. Like me! I'm pretty bad. Mostly because I haven't played in like a year, but that's fine. Come here. He walked right into that fight. You know what? Come on. I walked right into that bullet. Don't gunfight with me. Alright, he's dead. We get ourselves a new item. We got some bone marrow ash. Wow, that was tricky. We used up a lot of our blood vials doing that, but hopefully your fight turned out better than mine if you did decide to fight him. There are going to be a lot of beasts here. Come on. As I said, lots of beasts in the area. You should be fine. You should be able to take care of yourself at this point. There we go. Pretty easy stuff. Go ahead and get ourselves another blood gemstone. Get ourselves another new weapon right here, the rifle spear. A prototype weapon serving as a simple firearm and spear, possibly created in imitation of a lost Canehurst weapon. Lacks any notable functions, saving that it is the only trick weapon with an attached gun. So, that is supposedly the only trick weapon with an attached gun. The red moon hangs low, and beasts rule the streets. Are we left no other choice than to burn it all to cinders? And we got some new armor here, which we are actually going to equip a piece of it because I love this armor right here. It just looks so nice. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. One of the staple articles of hunter attire fashioned at the workshop. A product of the scourge of beasts that once plagued Old Yarnum and culminated the town's fiery cleansing. The cape's dampness makes it highly resistant to fire. Wearers of this attire hunted down victims of the scourge who survived the raging flames and stench of singed blood. This has to be my favorite top piece of armor in the whole game. Oh, so that Gatling gun is really annoying. There's actually an item we need to pick up over here, so we're gonna head back if I can find my way around. Alright, so we got our item now. Go ahead and take it on. Alright, so we're actually not going to do anything yet to this guy because we can make him friendly, but this is the guy shooting us with the Gatling gun. Actually going to leave him alone since we can make friends with him, but yeah. Right. Alright, so now you're just going to want to drop down here. And from here, there's a couple of secret items we can pick up. Just make sure you're taking it nice and easy, because if you fall, you're probably gonna die. We get ourselves another madman's knowledge. And now we're gonna just want to drop down right here. Now I'm gonna get a running start, and we're gonna jump to the right. Hopefully we can make it to that item over there. Alright, we made it. Now we get the Bloody Messenger's headband, so let's go ahead and read that. Accessory adored by naive messengers imitating the bandages of scourge victims. Unaware of their meaning, the splatter of blood gives it a particularly nice touch. The inhabitants of the stump appear to have an interest in adornment. Why not let them be happy and revel as babes? So this is going to allow us to head to that stump in the Hunter's Dream, and this is what I was talking about, being able to customize your messengers. So basically we're going to actually be able to give them like little headwear and stuff. Definitely a little cool thing we can do. And there is a lot of beasts down here, so... Also, here we are with the Bone Marrow Ash. Now, Bone Marrow Ash is something I personally use a lot in this game. It's basically an an enhancement for your Quicksilver bullets. I'll actually read this in a second, because these beasts are really annoying. So I'm obviously just running past these guys, and I'm gonna actually go ahead and open up this little secret path here. And that'll just give us the faster way through Old Yarnum, so we don't have to run all the way around to get back here. But now that there is less of them chasing us, we're actually going to go ahead and take these guys out. Alright. Actually just gonna head. Well, that didn't work out too well. So we are now poisoned, and the effects in this game last quite a long time. Unlike in Dark Souls where they go away really fast, the ones in Bloodborne take a long time to disappear. And you're usually going to have to use quite a few blood vials to stop poison from finishing you off. Later on in the game, there is an area where poison is really, really bad. And it will kill you most, if not all the time, unless you are ready to face it. Dang, I'm gonna get my eyes packed out over here. Alright, we're good. These guys are a little stuck. Not as stuck as I would have hoped, but they were stuck. Alright. So I think that's all the beasts now. I'm actually going to run back through here and pick up the rest of the items I need. Alright, so we can actually grab this Madman's Knowledge here. And as I said before in the last episode, the Madman's Knowledge are definitely very useful things, especially now that we can buy stuff with them. there's another one of those large beasts. So we're gonna head right first, just so we can pick up this item, and then we'll head back. And now we have another new item, the Beast Blood Pellets. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Large medicinal pellets supposedly formed of coagulated beast blood, banned by the Healing Church due to their unclear origin, grants a spurt of beasthood, ripping apart the flesh of one's enemies and being rained upon by their splattering blood invigorates one's sense of beasthood, feeding strength and euphoric feeling alike. So those will let us turn into a beast, but we're not going to actually do that yet. Or ever, because that's not the build we're going for. Now, right here, we are going to get ambushed. As you can see, we can see the beast up there. So he will jump on us, so be careful. I'm pretty sure he will one-shot you if you are not careful. Not entirely... Okay, I can lock onto him. Alright, cool. So just make sure you know about him before you just blindly jump in there like a dummy. So we did just get more fire paper. Fire paper is something we're going to be using a lot in a little bit for the next boss specifically. There we go, we got some bullets now. Just make sure you pay attention to those guys because you will lose track of them pretty easily if you're not paying attention. We got some bold hunter's marks. Alright, it looks like we're good to go. Here we go. Now, here's the next boss. Now, he is definitely a force to be reckoned with. Mostly because we're not using something like Arcane. With arcane, you can kind of just stand there and burn it to death. But because our build doesn't have almost any tools so far, we actually don't get to do something like that. But we will be using fire a lot for this boss. Alright, so we can consume insight here and summon Alfred. Do I dare summon a useless NPC who isn't going to help me much? No. So, we're not going to do that. You can if you'd like, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to equip my Pungent Blood cocktails, my fire paper. Actually, my Molotov's next, then the fire paper. You gotta be very strategic about what you're equipping. So that's what I'm gonna have equipped for now. We're gonna fire paper our weapon, throw a... We're actually going... Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to throw a Pungent Blood cocktail at the wall, and then once he's attracted to it, we're going to throw some Molotovs at him. I'm not too sure if I have any oil urns. Doesn't look like it, so we're just stuck to using these. He also does inflict poison, so we're gonna equip some antidotes just in case. And yeah, my heart's racing, and let's see what we can do. Alright, so that actually worked out really well. And we got our Thumaru Chalice. So, that boss fight went beautifully. I don't think I've ever had that boss fight go that well. We didn't even have to use an antidote. So, that was good. We still have one cocktail left. Like, that was pretty dang good. Now we head back to the Hunter's Dream. But first, let's go ahead and read our prize. Ritual chalice found in the Church of the Good Chalice. Used in a ritual at the tomb altar in the Hunter's Dream to break the seal of the old underground labyrinth. Let the chalice reveal the tomb of the gods. Let blood be the hunter's nourishment, and let ye partake in communion. So basically, these are going to allow us to get into the chalice dungeons. And that's basically that. We're gonna actually go ahead and fortify our weapon with this new Bloodtinge gemstone we got. So that will give us blood attack up plus 1.8%. And we will give our saw cleaver something else which will be the red blood gemstone. Now let's just take a quick look at the stuff we ended up getting. So now that we're here, we can buy the small resonant bell, which will allow us to go to other people's worlds and help them. We can buy pungent blood cocktails. We can still buy Gascoigne's garb, and that's about it. Now here, now here we can see we can now buy ritual blood. There is also the Hunter's Torch, and yeah, that's about that. Nothing new, very new or anything. But now, we actually come to this first altar. Use the ritual altar to create a chalice dungeon with a chalice ritual, or to search for the chalice dungeons created by hunters in other worlds. So we select this, and it says we need 2 ritual blood, which we collected along the way, and 1,000 echoes. So we conduct the ritual, and there we go. The ritual is finished, and a chalice rests upon the altar. You may now explore the dungeon. So this is our first chalice dungeon. We aren't going to go there just yet. We have, because this episode is getting pretty long, I'm going to have to end it off. But we can now go over to the stump and see that our messengers are here. Give accessories to messengers, and they will obediently adorn them. So as you can see, we got those head bandages, and now our messengers are wearing them. God, they're so cute.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire? Very well. Let the echoes become your strength. Let me stand close. Now shut your eyes.
Alright, so now that we have a lot of echoes, we're actually going to go ahead and upgrade our endurance, bring that up to 10, strength up to there. Go ahead and bring up our vitality and our Bloodtinge.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
So I think that's about it for this episode. I think we looked at every item and such. If you have enjoyed, remember to like down below, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell if you want to see videos by me as soon as they're out. And that being said, guys, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Hope y'all have a nice day, and goodbye.